Let's get started. Last week we talked about a couple of different color schemes. We talked about a monochromatic color scheme. We talked about an analogous color scheme. We even talked about warm and cool colors. But today we're going to be talking about 3 different color schemes that you can pull right from your color wheel. Let's start with complementary colors. I like to call them, let's see, this is sort of a tongue twister. I like to call them the greeting card holiday color schemes. They are your complementary colors. You probably know them as red and green. These are going to be colors that are directly opposite of each other on the color wheel. And however big you make your color wheel, they're still going to be directly opposite. So the other thing you might see in terms of a complementary color scheme are all of these violets and oranges and yellows. Can you imagine what that is? You bet, Halloween. A lot of sports teams are going to use these complementary colors. So as an example, if you have ever seen the, I like to call it Smurf blue, I guess I can't technically use that term, and orange, you'll know you're in Idaho, right? For the football game there. These are complementary colors, and those are the most traditional complementary colors. But you might choose, let's see, something that's going to be a little less directly opposite. So you might choose a tertiary color in your color wheel and the color that is directly opposite of that. So a lot of times instead of red and green, you might see an acidy green or a yellow green and maybe sort of a violet color. You might see a turquoise or a mint type of a color with a peach, right? So you're going to see things that are, as you move around the color wheel, it doesn't have to be directly a primary color, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. Phew, hopefully that was as clear as mud. The other thing that you might look at is a split complementary color. So instead of red and green, what you might end up with is, say, a red and a yellow green and a little bit of a turquoise. So you're going to pick one color in the color wheel and then go to your complementary color, and then you're going to split left and right for that split complementary color. The other thing that you can do is a triad color scheme, and that is going to be very simply a triangle in your color wheel. So you are going to have equal parts of your main color, your secondary color, and your third color. So that's going to make sort of, if you will, an equilateral triangle in your color wheel. The final color scheme that you'll be looking for using your color wheel is a tetrad color scheme. And that is going to be choosing 4 of the colors in your color wheel. And those are going to be, say, these 2 plus these 2. And this is going to be making a square in your color wheel. So you have got quite a lot to work with. You've got your monochromatic color scheme, you've got your analogous color scheme, you've got your complementary color scheme. You are going to use quite often probably your split complementary color scheme. You have the triad color scheme and your tetrad color scheme. I hope that's as clear as mud. I wanted to show you just one last thing, which is another quilt that was made with a little bit of color sense here. This is a beautiful star made out of, this is a beautiful star that was made out of Homeward Fabrics by Windham. I actually designed this fabric. And you will see an analogous color scheme here, here, and here. Warm and cool color schemes, and colors that are adjacent on the color wheel. Well, that's a whole lot of technical information about the color wheel and color, but I'm hoping that you'll find some tips and tricks that you can use in your next project, even if it's a matter of making yourself your own color wheel for your studio. Please tune in next week for part 3, not only for the giveaway, but for more tips and tricks on color. Thanks so much for stopping by. Information about the patterns and about the fabrics used in this episode will be in the description below. We'd love to have you subscribe. Thanks for stopping by.